Hello, I'm gonna speak today about the curse of the woman in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The curse of woman is began when Eve was raped in paradise or Eden, and I have made 6 videos, I think, about the woman who got Eve, who got raped by the devil in paradise, and the serpent, they say. So I explained the Genesis. It's called Who Raped Eve in Paradise. Genesis explained. So we begin with Judaism, and we know that in Judaism the woman must cover her hair, and in Jewish communities women wear head covering after marriage. Hats, scarves, and wigs, often referred to shaitals. Many women covering when entering or praying in a synagogue, where this practice comes from sutat ritual, a ceremony that tests the fidelity of a woman accused of adultery. According to the Torah, the priest uncovers or unbraids the accused woman's hair as part of the humiliation that precedes the ceremony. In Numbers 5:18, the Talmud Ketubot 72 concludes that the normal circumstances hair covering is a biblical requirement for a woman. So so women in Islam and Judaism and Christianity, they do cover their hair because the woman is considered, mostly in Judaism, is like is not the original creation, but she was created from the rib of Adam when he was sleeping, and this thinking has led to this oppression of the woman in these religions. So elsewhere in the Talmud, Barakut 24a, the rabbis define hair as sexually erotic, Arwah, awrah in Arabic, nakedness, and prohibit men from praying in sight of women's hair. The rabbis base this estimation on a biblical verse, "Your hair is like a flock of goats," Song of Songs 4:1, suggesting that this praise reflects the sensual nature of hair. Maimonides does not include hair covering in his list of 613 commandments, but he does rule that leaving a house without a chador or hijab, but chador is the whole body and face and everything is black covering, does rule that leaving the house without chador, the communal standard of modesty in Arabic countries, is ground for divorce. Laws of Marriage 24:12. Then the Shulchan Arush records that both married and unmarried women should cover their hair in public. Even Hazir 21:2. The Zohar further entrenches by describing the mystical importance of women making sure that not a single hair is exposed. Some maintain that women must cover all their hair. For example, the Mishnah Barura forbids a man from praying in front of his wife if any of her hair is showing. Sutta Ritual for suspected of adultery. Sutta is the term for a woman suspected of adultery who must undergo an ordeal that will establish her guilt or innocence. Numbers 5:11-31. Ritual a priest performs in the tabernacle to determine whether a woman whose husband suspects her of adultery is indeed guilty. Torah determines that a husband who suffers from the spirit of jealousy and suspects his wife must bring her to the priest at the tabernacle. There the priest performs a series of ritual acts. He offers a meal offering of jealousy and offering of ground barley without oil or frankincense, and uncovers the woman's hair. Make her swear on oath that she had no sexual relations with sexual relations with no man other than her husband. Writes the oath in a scroll and erases it in water mixed with dust from the tabernacle, and finally makes the woman drink the mixture. This mixture, which the Torah calls the bitter curse causing water, contains the oath and the curse that accompany it, and ultimately determines the woman's fate. As the woman drinks the potion, the outcome of the ritual appears on her body, confirming or refuting her husband's suspicions. If she is guilty, the water will cause the woman to become infertile. The expression her thigh falls and her belly distends, and properly euphemizes for harm to the sexual organs. If she is innocent, the water will do her no harm, becomes fertile. Jacob Milgrom believes that the biblical law adapted a foreign pagan institution ordered to save women from public lynching, which was the probable fate of women in case of suspected adultery, as in murder, Deuteronomy 21:1-9. Doubt is a usual occurrence, but at the same time it is perceived as dangerous and defiling, and thus must be resolved in metaphysical way outside of human perception sense. So if you suspect your wife she was she committed adultery, she's doomed. I will continue in the second part. I will explain why they think like that and why we accept this kind of religious thinking. So please stay in tuned, and this is very important for equality between woman and man. Like Christ, we all one in Christ. This is what God learned us.